those dreams have remained and they've turned around. The dark that leads you, yeah, where we need you, yeah, the keys in the lock, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. We always could spot a friend. Welcome back. And I smile when I think how you must have been. And I know what scene you were learning in. Was there something that made you come back again? And what could ever lead you? What could ever lead you? Yeah, where we need you. Where we need you. The keys in the lock, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back. Yeah, we cheese in the lot. Welcome back, welcome back. 'Cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back, welcome back. Yeah, we cheese in the lot. 'Cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. I thought that was funny, but now I haven't been here in so long. I'm struggling. I'm trying to send my sidekick Jeannie the link, and like I had everything all set up, you guys. I haven't been here in a long time. I'm very rusty. Bear with me. So I got my shit at the bottom, and I can see right here is my fucking email. Why does it keep going back? Bear with me, all right? Because I got it all set up. It's ready to go. Oh, I think I got it. Let's see. Hopefully that works in Miss Jeannie's email, because I literally can't do this alone. I can't do it by myself. No, I could, but I don't want to. Yeah, so, oh my God, why? I don't want that saying that the whole time. Hi, Deb. Free side. Hit you up, okay. Listen, this is going to be probably a little slow and all that, because nobody knows we're back yet. I just played myself a little welcome back song. Little welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Yeah, so, and I think I heard that, like, Janie's got to check her email and see. I think, like, I don't know, I guess there's, like, you know, people that go live on certain nights, and, like, I don't know, isn't it, like, the same old stuff at this point, though? Like, or isn't it? I don't fucking know. I mean, I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes, but I just, so basically the short story is what happened was Corey had done a live stream the other day, and everybody knows I've been trying to come back, and I might have a little bit of a few things to bitch about, because, like, I don't understand, like, I don't understand how people can still continue to shit talk you when you're not even fucking around. Like, it's absurd, the amount of, like, attention that continues to, like, because somebody's, like, butt hurt or just you know, has a hate boner for you, you know, years later when you don't do anything to them. Yay, I think it's gonna work. All right. See, I'm not that bad. Yay. Oh wait, you're muted. Oh God, please don't let it be me. I'm gonna. Oh, are you there?
I'm here.
Jamie.
It's not you.
I didn't do that bad, did I?
No, you didn't. Like, it went really smooth. I am
Thank
impressed.
you. Thank you. Well, it took me a little longer than I wanted, but it was, you know, it was something. My volume's kind of low. As long as everybody else can hear, then I'm happy about that. Hey, Rainy. Raina. Hello, what's happening? There's not always something happening. I mean, I guess basically what I was saying was that before Jeannie got here, oh, and like, I'll put my camera on in a second, but I got to tell you the stuff that Bergs was saying, and like, oh God, it's just, you know, it's the same. It's not. This isn't going to surprise you. It's just the same old shit from ever, year after year after year. Wash, rinse, repeat. But let me see what. Where the hell have you been?
Holly,
Where the hell? Ask Jeannie where she's been.
I'm your number one fan.
No, you're not. We both know who that is.
See, I got big news though. I talked to Mama Beth today. She called me back finally.
How
She
is
had
she
like
doing?
she had like an episode where she didn't make any sense. Like I
Oh,
literally I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird because okay. So what I was gonna tell the chat, until we get back on top and like have a regularly scheduled time and all that, I don't expect like a bazillion people to come in here. But so basically, what happened was, Corey had done a live. Whether you like Corey, don't like Corey, whatever. Jamie and me and Cats and there was just like a lot of like OG people in there that have literally like we don't have any place to go anymore. There's no place for us to chat. We feel like, and so Jamie and I were like, well, let's just do it, and we'll start doing our once a week thing, and we'll do panels, and we'll talk about whatever you guys. I mean, there might be a rant or two. We'll see, or three, and so that's how we ended up here, you guys.
right. Because, there is nowhere to go.
Uh-uh.
Like, a lot of people have a place to go because they'll put up with all that. And
Right. Well, we don't.
just,
Number one, we don't put up with it, and number two, we're not welcome anyway.
well, and even if we are welcome, it's still inane. It's the same thing over
Girl, we're
and
not welcome though. I mean, let's be
over.
real. We're
And I'm okay with that.
not. So am I. I'm good on that too. But I mean, let's say what it is. Here, look, I'll put. Oh, so anyway, so I mean, some of the things that were said, like, oh God, I'm just so. I'm so disenchanted.
I love that word.
It's the same. Yeah, but oh, Irene's here. Hi, Irene. Oh, look at and Deb. So like, see, the good people missed us, right? And so, like, I don't know where they're going. They probably have to sit in the back of Mark Terry's or shit. I don't know, Randy and Wendy. I mean, where do they go? Who knows?
I don't know. Like me, they might be watching or listening to old reruns of Casey Kasem's American Top 40.
I would
Because
like that
that's
better
what
too.
I've been doing for the last 3 days.
I do. I'll watch documentaries. I like, learning stuff is always a good thing. You can't go wrong when you try to expand your knowledge base, But
No, and I watch
literally,
old
there's no.
documentaries.
I'm just saying, there's nothing. So we were like, a lot of us were, it was just our same old group of like old school people that don't go to like Savages or don't go to like the pirate ship or all of that. And we were just like, well, what are we gonna do? I mean, we don't want to not talk or see anyone anymore. It's like you guys in the side chat. I'm happy to see you guys. Like we don't, we just the problem is, I mean, you can sit there all day long and be like, hey, we're just gonna do a no drama stream, and you know damn well that's effing impossible. It's impossible because someone's gonna shit talk us.
Right. And even when we were in Corey's the other night, I didn't even know what Corey was talking about because I just cannot follow
Yep,
all
I
these
know.
people.
I know. Yeah, and what happened was, in case anyone
Yeah,
wants to
tell
know,
me what happened because I don't know.
well, and I was thinking like, if I can remember how to do everything, but I'm already getting threatened, right? I don't want to come out of the gate and already have some. Actually, my channel can't be. I don't even want to like talk about it. But one thing I will say is that I think the weakest thing in the world is to gang up on somebody and take down their channel because you don't like what they're saying about you. It's so weak to threaten somebody to do that when like when my channel originally, and this is way before like all the new TOS and everything, somebody played and it's still up now. You guys can go hear the confessions. It's still, I mean, this is old news, but somebody, it was before like porn bombing was so prevalent and people knew that if you took the porn off quick enough and deleted the stream, you could not lose your channel, etc., etc. The point is, I didn't lose my channel for anything that I did wrong. I was done dirty, and somebody played the Christchurch shooting and they posed as Mary in the back room. It was right when we first started StreamYards. Actually, Janie, maybe it was a hangout. No, I don't think it was because it was the setup of the StreamYards. Anyway, everybody knows that like I didn't deserve that at the time. Well, I fought that shit for several months. And what happened was I had already started on a separate channel, and I already had like, enough. I like this is what I. So basically, I'm being threatened. Like they were like, "Well, listen, if you talk about me, I'm gonna do ban evasion on you." Blah blah blah. If this person doesn't think that that's already been done on me 30 fucking times, you're crazy. It's they already tried doing it, and what is sad about you is I've never even struck a single person in my life, and because you don't like what I'm saying about you, if you don't like the heat, get out of the fucking kitchen, man. Get out of the YouTube kitchen. Don't take down somebody's channel based on the fact that you know that when mine was initially suspended, it wasn't even through anything that I did wrong. I did nothing wrong. You know what I mean? And you, I'm talking about Uni, and she knows that. And so for you to be like, well, if you continue, then I'm just going to report you for ban evasion because you're on CJ's channel. Listen, I am monetized under my own social security number. Okay. You don't know what happened. So quit threatening me, lady. So back to what Janie was saying, how she didn't know what was going on. So Corey was, I guess, is in a back and forth with Uni, and we're just in there chatting. Well, I guess Uni was watching the chat, and then she went and made a video directed towards me with these threats that if I mention her or whatever, she's gonna report me for ban evasion.
Okay, so if you mention her, she's going to
Basically,
report you for ban evasion.
right. I mean, we could watch the video right now because her whole channel is based on other people's pictures, other people's videos, her playing them and making whatever opinion and comments she would like to make about them. But then if anybody else does it to her, she's like, I'm going to give you a privacy strike and this and that. Like, okay, what?
Well, but here's what bothers me the most about saying that if you talk about her, she's going to report you for ban evading. Those two things are not related in any way. Like, if
Right.
someone's doing something wrong on here, then you legitimately have a reason to take care of it or whatever. But the fact that she says, she puts in this stipulation that if you talk about her, then she's going to do what she's going to do,
Right.
right?
Exactly.
And that's just petty. That's
I,
stupid.
I agree. And I just, I think it is so like my my moral fiber, my character would not even allow me to threaten someone who basically had a channel taken down. I never ended up losing it. Okay. That's why they still, I was monetized then, I'm monetized now. That's why she keeps saying shit like, well, I don't understand how you got the money or how you got around it. Because it's none of your business. How about that?
Exactly.
How,
That's
how about
between
you
you
don't
and
have to understand it? How about that? But if you're going to threaten me that you don't like what I'm saying, you're going to report me for ban evasion. It's like the worst thing because you're threatening to take somebody's channel down when the first time that I was like struck for all that shit, it was through no fault of my own to begin with, and it's just gross, man. It's just gross.
I just have to stop you and tell you that you look super cute tonight.
Ah,
No, you really do. Super cute. I love that
Jamie.
color and I love the glasses and your nails match too.
Oh, my nails are a mess. I look like. Oh, so okay. So on to Bergs, the Bergs thing. I mean, these are the things that I'm like responding to when I haven't even been around. So like I blocked Bergs. I was there. He was blocked forever, and he even admitted that I put that shit up. Like he admitted. I mean, I know nobody really cares, but let me just in one fell swoop cover all this. Okay. Um, this one's really bothering me because there was a time when Boris did it and he had to come back and apologize. I so so I talked to him. I unblocked him after Jilly died because people were telling me how broken he was and how he needed somebody and this and that. And then everybody saw what happened. He was extremely verbally abusive to so many people, to Rhonda NNC, to Tats Marie, to I guess I mean I don't know the people that whoever else he would like. There's other people that he was talking to that loved Jill and they were there for him, and he became very to the point where like none of us could fucking take it anymore. So we end up like everybody walks away and drops him like a bag of dirt because nobody wants to be walked all over. He just because he lost Jill, we all lost Jill. Number one, number two, it doesn't give you a right to walk all over everybody that is there because you're begging them to help you emotionally, right?
Right.
So he has admitted so many times that he makes up lies about me to either get money from Norm so that Norm is pissed at me so he can get the money, which nobody's seen, right? Norm's a thing of the past, right? That's another thing I want to talk about too. So I'm thinking about doing memberships with some members only content that I think people would find very entertaining, Janie. But Bergs comes out, I guess, a couple weeks ago. Someone sends me the clip, and he's like saying I'm using my dying dog to get money. It's just, I mean, the same old fucking song and dance or whatever. But the comment that pissed me off was again the accusation that I supposedly, he goes, look, I guess he goes, look how skinny she is. She must be doing drugs. She has to be on drugs. Look how skinny she is. Dude, I don't live at home with my parents and get food stamps like you do, son. And the person, I've spent a lot of time talking to fucking Chris, and I know a lot about him. He knows that in New York State, even to get gabapentin, Janie, you have to take a piss test for drugs. He knows I don't fucking do drugs. I'm just not overweight because I don't have abundance of food because I'm poor. You
Well,
know,
that and you're riding your bike every time you have to
I'm
go
busting
somewhere.
my summertime. I'm busting my ass physically, right? And I'm like, I'm not underweight. Anyway, the irony of all of this is that he's the one who's on like Xanax and all this shit. He's the one that told me all these stories about him doing cocaine back in the day, and I've never said any of that publicly. But I can't take it anymore. I don't understand why he has to throw me under the bus and make up lies about me when I've had like health crisis after health crisis for the last like 6 months. Like, dude, what the fuck? What is wrong with him?
Well, and you're not too skinny. I mean, you're thin, and I
Thank
think you
you.
look great, but you're not like
Thank you.
drug addict skinny. Come on, let's be
I
real.
I really I almost wish I was.
The only reason I would want to be that skinny is because I love to eat and I'd love putting it all back
Oh,
on.
so it gives you, it's a free pass, right? Like when you're
Right,
pregnant, you can eat everything. Yeah.
right, exactly.
I'm real, I don't know. I didn't realize that until I got those clips sent to me and it was like, "Oh, did you see how skinny she is?" Well, dude, I mean, why are you targeting me when you're so overweight? Maybe you should eat a salad. It's just messed up. So, red
Well, I
feather,
think you
Holly,
look
haven't you
great.
always been skinny? I've never really been like fat, you know what I mean? It
No,
just I don't, I've been heavier in the time, I've been on YouTube since whatever, 2016, 17. Like I've been heavier when I had a car or when, like I'm just a normal human being like everybody else. When
right.
I go through stress and I've never hidden the fact I have mental disorder. I have tremendous anxiety. And I mean that when I'm stressed out and all this shit, like that affects my appetite. It doesn't mean that I'm out like buying pills. Like I just don't know why he I don't know why he bitches about all these people, his friends abandoning him. But anybody who's ever been kind or cool to him, he goes lower than low, bottom of the barrel low to try to make a dig at people. And it's fake. He just makes it up, right? But he'll
Yeah.
back it with a story. He'll be like, well, that's what Norm told me. Like, okay, dude. It just, that one pissed me off for sure. That he said I did drugs. I'm sick of that one.
Right. And I think a lot of us get thinner in the summer anyway because it's hot. We're moving around more. We don't want to eat as much because it's hot.
You have shorts on, so you don't want to be fat when you can hide your shit in a sweater in
Right.
January.
Right. As soon as I can wear hoodies and shit, I'm like, give me some bickets.
I'm
I
like,
need some.
what a relief. Let me have that second fucking piece of whatever, and my gut can hang out a minute. I mean, come on. It's just, I don't know.
Right. You
I
don't know
don't
what
know. I
you
mean,
got going on under these sweatpants and hoodie.
right. And I mean, I know that's a petty one, the Bergs one, but it just the fact that the drug aspect of that part, it's just, I don't know. It's been bothering me. So I just wanted to point that out that being skinny does not mean. And I'm really not even skinny, man. I'm not. My ass brings boys to the milkshakes in the backyard. Come on, man. I got a big booty. Like it just, I'm not, whatever. So anyway, there was that. The uni thing pissed me off. So anyway, so then, oh, hi,
Hi,
Quirky.
Quirky. Hi,
So,
Quirky.
oh, I should be working on, I got a new mouse, by the way, and it hooked up and everything's working good. Let's see. Did that work? Show. There, two of my faves. Hey, ladies. Hi, Quirky. Thank you. Um, what was I gonna say now? Fuck my life. Oh, I had Darby updates too. Yeah, to say that I'm like,
Darby.
here's another thing that bothers me. That dude has never had been responsible. You know, he's not like he never raised a kid. He never was responsible for a pet that he had to take care of. He doesn't know the sacrifices that you make to make sure that like your animal is fed first in this inflation crisis. He doesn't understand those types of things. So like he can't relate. You know, he keeps saying stuff on his streams where he's like, well, it's time to put the dog down. It's time to put the dog down. No, it's not. The vet will tell me when it's like when you know when his quality of life is no longer to the point where like I mean I guess there's like this
How can he sit 2,500 miles away and make decisions about your
exactly
pet?
the
It's
same way that
ridiculous.
he can be Jill's boyfriend and has had never met her the same
Well,
way.
yeah. But
Same
seriously,
exact way.
people need to stop making decisions for other people who live 2,500 miles away. You're with Darby every day. You know how he behaves. You know if he's eating still in the same way, if he still likes belly rubs, all that kind of stuff. There is
Yeah.
more to quality of life for a dog than
Yes,
someone
yes.
2,500 miles away saying, time to put the dog down.
It's
No.
just that is another one that really got under my skin because I had like I had the last time that I went when I was on my bike and took that horrific bike ride, the guy ended up not showing up and all this shit, and so I had a couple people behind the YouTube scenes, and it wasn't hundreds of dollars or whatever, but like people that have known me for like that lost pets and shit that like threw me a few dollars so I could take Darby to the vet that day because he really needed to fucking go. And I'm not ashamed of that. That like I didn't ask for it. Everybody knew what was going on. I was completely like sometimes when I'm so like I don't know how to explain it. It's the whole reason I started my channel way back to begin with when I wanted it for like women with like fighting chronic illness
Right.
because I don't want to say misery loves company because it makes it sound like it's a malicious thing where you want somebody else to suffer because you're no when somebody can relate to what you're going through it just makes you feel a whole lot better, at least me it does.
It does me too. And that's what I never get. People are like, why do you come on here and give out your business? Well, because it might be someone else's life too at the
There
moment.
you go. Right, and you could be doing them a favor where they're like, wow, I'm going through that same thing, I know just how you feel. What is so I don't know what's so wrong about that. Hi
Yeah.
Vegas Barbie. What is this one? Let's see. Yep, there you go. Bergs told me to put my German Shepherd down too. He's a douche.
Oh, I'm
Exactly.
on top chat. I'm so sorry. Let me put it
Exactly.
on live. I was wondering who said that. And
Vegas Barbie, but I mean, I'm not surprised, right?
hello,
So,
everyone I didn't say hi to. I was on top chat like an idiot.
oh, somebody's wondering if Colleen Aloha is okay because of all the fire and all that. Where is
Yeah,
it?
that's
I just
crazy.
put,
Maui is
oh, there
on
you go.
fire.
I mean, can you? I mean, what a weird juxtaposition, right? Because
Right.
it's like the most beautiful place in the United States, you know, with lush greenery and the ocean and perfect temperature and all this shit. And then it becomes this like horrific, like, you know, wildfire. Wow. Just wow. Right. I
Well,
mean,
and
what?
I saw that, even what you're saying there reminded me of this stark contrast in the pictures where it's like burnt right up to the ocean. And then there's like this little strip of lush green
Isn't
grass
that nuts? Where it
and
was like
then
protected
the
by
ocean.
the, yes, it's crazy. Right.
But everything right before that is just char. There's nothing. And to think that there's water that close and it burnt like right to
Right,
the
right up
edge.
to the well, that just goes to show, imagine the heat from that, like
Right.
how oh my God, how awful. Like it's just
Hi,
crazy.
Veruca.
You just wouldn't think in this day and age in like modern times that people would die in just like a mass fire. Like
Yeah,
there should be warnings and all that, but I mean they become so massive and then they jump roads and they can't anticipate where they're gonna go and it's just nuts.
There was a short time where I worked for the Department of Natural Resources in the state I was living in, and I would fight wildfires and stuff. And
Really?
they're just so unpredictable.
Look at you, Janie. You're
I
amazing.
know, right? But all we got to fight it with, we didn't get like hoses and all that because we were way out in the woods.
What would
Um,
you? What did you do?
Fire rakes and controlled burns.
Oh, the control burn. See, that's another thing that people don't. Oh my God, I saw the fun. Like sometimes I feel like so. You guys, we're gonna do every week. We're gonna do something, and I think, Jeannie, I think we should just like whatever our little show is, our topics, so to speak. Like maybe we'll just talk about stuff that's going on the internet, right? I
Right.
saw this funniest it's not funny actually, but where these people were showing there's like this huge conspiracy theory where they're showing like um I don't know, like a government agency in Maui, trying to. They're like, wow, look at this. They just started a fire over here. It's the controlled burn that you're talking
Right.
about, where they're trying to maneuver it, and they're actually starting a small fire in a certain, like on the east side, because the west side is going towards a populous place, and
Right.
so they want to direct that fire, and use the downwind draft from it and like suck the fire down. Controlled burn is like the easiest way to describe it, right? So it
Right.
was
Or
all
the
over
saying,
it was all over the internet a couple days ago, where people were like, wow, we caught them, these whistleblowers, and they're like, they're the ones that are starting the fires, you fucking dimwits.
well, that's like the saying, fighting fire with fire. It is a literal thing. You can fight a fire by setting
Absolutely.
fire.
Yeah.
Because if you go ahead and make a line where you burn going towards the fire that's coming that way, once the fire reaches the place that you've already burned, it has nowhere else to go.
That's it, and you've starved it of its resources, right? You've starved
Exactly.
it of its fuel. And
Yeah.
so
And I,
that's what these people don't understand. Coach is here when he's driving. Say hi, Janie, so he can't see you, but he can hear you.
hey, coach,
Hey,
it's
coach.
much better to fight fire with water or with, that stuff. I can't think of the name of it that
Yeah,
they brush with.
the foam shit, right? The
Right.
whatever. But
But
obviously,
sometimes you have to cause a little damage to not lose everything, you know?
exactly. So right. So there. I mean, it's a give and take. They make the sacrifice where they're going to allow X amount of acres to burn because they know if they direct the fire and give it fuel to go in a certain direction, it's going to end there, right? As opposed to trying to put it out another way, at least they can control it, right? So like that's what these people they think it's a big conspiracy theory
Yeah.
where they like the government has started these fires, and then they have to go on to explain like why it would be lucrative to start these fires, and like it just goes on and on, and it's just silliness, man. Like all you have to do, like we didn't have we had Encyclopedia Britannica at my house, so whenever the high school kids had to do reports and middle school kids, they would come and knock on me and my sister's door to ask us to use. You got Google at your fingertips. Google that shit.
Hey,
Google it and look it
chicken.
up.
Hey, chicken. We don't give a
Chicken.
fuck. We let the motherfucker burn.
Let the motherfucker burn. Burn, motherfucker. Right? It's so
Right.
funny.
Right.
It's so funny. The problem is the roof is on fire. Do you need water or do you need to let the motherfucker burn? Exactly. Sheepdog, hi.
Hey,
I don't
chicken.
even know. I can't see it. I'm not on my phone. I need to see if any of my. Oh, so I had to fix the moderator situation. And I don't usually have a rogue mod, but something happened. So I had to take some of the mods away. So bear with me, you guys, if if you don't have your mods and if you mention it, I can't. The thing is on StreamYards, you can't see. There's no color variation, so I can't tell if you got a wrench or not when you should have a wrench. You see what I'm saying? So people should let me know. I'm gonna pull up. Let me find my YouTube channel so
Hey,
I
Tawanda.
can spy on the chat.
Say hello to Tawanda.
Oh, Tawanda, hi, honey. How are you? Oh, see, I love. I miss so many people. This is good. I'm so glad. So, Tawanda, chicken, because you guys weren't here yet. Janie and I are we're gonna bring back some regular streams every week so that people don't
Yeah.
have to sit in places they don't want to or
I
they're
think
not
that
welcome.
I think we're gonna be a variety show, right? We're gonna give a
Pretty
little bit
much,
of gossip and drama, and then you also get educated on something maybe you didn't know, like controlled
right?
burns. And
Exactly, and we'll do some open panel shit where like, or I've always liked if the subs want to take a link and say something. You know what I mean? I've always believed in like letting subscribers who don't have, they're not privy to a channel, let them say some shit if they want to. I've always been a fan of that.
exactly. I'd even let people call my phone and call in, but we know how that went.
That might end poorly.
Yes.
Oh, good. Well, anyway, I mean, basically, Janie and I almost don't have any clue about what's been going on, other than the shit that's been directed at us, which most recently was that we were typing in Corey's chat and Uni lost her shit over it. Other than that, I'm pretty sure. I mean, we don't really know much else. I guess. Oh, so you knew that Mark Terry lost his channel? I heard that one.
I didn't
Did you
hear
know
that,
that?
and I've never even watched Mark Terry.
Yeah,
I know
I've never
who he
watched a
is.
single stream of his, not a single stream ever. I've never taken his link, nothing, never. But it
I
couldn't have
know who
happened
he
to a
is.
better asshat.
I know who he is, and that's about the extent of it. I've heard other people talk about him, but it has never piqued my interest where I wanted to go and say, "Hey, let me look at this guy and see what he's about."
I know, right? Well, I know you were never a fan. What is he about? You guys want to tell her what he's about?
What's he about, guys? Like, is it deep? Am I gonna need to think about it?
Wanda, yeah.
Is it gonna
In a couple
inspire?
words or less, let Jamie know what skid marks is about. I don't even think that anyone can answer that. There's no substance.
Will it
Funny.
inspire me in any way?
I doubt it.
Think rich life? Oh my God.
Oh God. Who said that?
Quirky.
Oh my God. I thought Coach said that. Oh, and Coach.
Here's the thing. Even with Rich Life, I could watch him sometimes because I really did genuinely find some of it entertaining. Like when he
There
took
was
the
some
golf,
humor, right? Could you not laugh? There was some
when he took the
laughable.
golf club and
Yes.
smashed his own property to show you what a badass he was.
He broke those. You know what always bothered me? Those pictures that he broke, the horses when he smashed the. It bothered me that he had two of the same pictures. It reminded me of a hotel I stayed in once, where every room had two of the same pictures. It was like filler to fill spots, and I was like, somebody ordered the wrong shit, right? He had the
Right.
exact same picture in a frame, and he had them like he even went to the trouble of like making it like spatially, like one was here and one was up here, but it was the same damn picture right next to each other.
Right. It's like, in case you missed it 3 inches ago, here's the picture again.
Matching. And the other weird part too was that everything was down low because his mattress was on the floor. So like I'm sure if you walked in the room, those pictures were like waist high, right?
Right.
It was like he made a room only halfway up.
Yes.
So
Well, someone had
so
told
weird.
him that you should hang your pictures at eye level, and since his eye level was from laying on his bed,
He's laying on the mattress eating KFC. Yeah, so I don't really know what happened. Thank God, lately it's just calling people pedophiles and doxing. Chicken, isn't that what it's always almost like what it's always been though?
stolen
And one of the things,
stolen
hi Val. One of the things that
left his apartment, moved in with his father, and now has a YouTube girlfriend. I missed out. Darn it. And he's gone now?
Oh, so that is that. So I just get little bits and pieces of information people give me. The girlfriend, I think the girlfriend is. I think out of anything that I've heard about any of this, the best little piece, the best little snippet of all of it is that because he lost his channel or whatever, and I think the girlfriend maybe has a channel or something, but his PayPal is still Tracy Terry, his wife. So they're still running the PayPal, but it's his wife. He's with another woman. It's
I
just a
wonder if
class
she's
act.
getting random
Jamie,
money.
it's just a class act all the way around.
I wonder if she's like getting random PayPals and she's like, thank you.
I hope she does. Good for her.
I
She
hope she
deserves
does
it.
too.
Somebody
Heck
should
yeah.
pay her for having to put up. He is still there, says Quirky. Oh my God. Red Feather says, same. I don't know what's been going on. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we really care all that much. We just want a place where we can all hang out. And so, I mean, honest to God, sometimes Corey has some really good points that get me fucking heated. Like the stuff with Sue. Oh, so Uni puts up these videos about me, and then Susan Georgia Peach is in the comment section also shit talking me. And it's just like, lady, what are you doing? Everybody sees you. Everybody sees it. She was like, oh, and Holly has the nerve to speak on Mary. Bitch, what? I fucking couldn't even come back for years. I was so devastated about it. And you were the one panel hopping in 2 seconds. That
Right.
woman, that lady is like, ugh. But I
I
mean,
don't
most people
understand
don't.
all
They all
that.
call her a snake, Janie. They all call her a snake. So I think that they know.
Yeah, I don't have a good uh, grasp on who she is because she's
Fake?
what's the word? She vacillates between everything. Like you one person to another. I don't know. I don't have a grasp on who she is.
Well, I think that she's just one of those people that adapts her personality to other people around. She really wants to be liked on like a high school level, and it's sad.
Well, I was really concerned about her when Mary died because I thought they were super, super close. But then
Until,
after, when I saw the behaviors and the things she says and the people she's around,
right.
I'm like, I shouldn't have been worried. She'll survive, apparently.
Well, she's got no problem turning right around and getting in good with whoever is willing to take her under their wing. I guess it just I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think who said to me that they were hurt by her. Also, it might have been Mama Beth. Oh, Mama Beth. Mama Beth had a little episode where she went crazy a few weeks ago. Um, like literally off her rocker. So I check on her and shit from time to time, and she had just gotten home. She finally got out of that like rehab facility and getting her, because she had all these complications that her foot or her ankle, she couldn't walk. It was like a diabetes complication. Well, anyway, she was doing better, and then they send her home, and the next thing I know, she's saying all this weird shit to me. She goes, she's not gonna get mad because I talked to her earlier. She finally called me today, and she was completely lucid, and she's like, "I'm sorry." She's like, "I don't know what happened, but Mama Beth is so fucking hilarious, man." So I'm talking to her like a few weeks ago, and she goes, "Well, I was what?" She goes, "Well, you don't have any idea what happened." Well, I was walking between these two buildings, and there was a windstorm, and it blew me down and blew me down the road, and Daniel couldn't find me, and I was like, I swear to God, and I was like, well, were you hurt? And she was like, you name it, and it was broken. so, so today, so I'm like, what are you talking? So today she called. She's like, I am so sorry. She goes, my electrolytes. I was dehydrated. I was low on potassium. She had like all these medical things. She goes, I was certifiably insane. She was like, I don't know what happened. I was like, well, thank you for calling me and filling me in because last I heard you were blowing down the road in a windstorm. And like, I didn't hear from you for like a month. Like, what, it was just, hey, Jake. It was just, oh my God, it was fucking hilarious. But
The best part
anyway,
of that was, and Daniel couldn't find me.
like, she was like, yeah. And then she was like, and now he's fed up. It's so funny.
Okay, I want to go back in the chat here. I stopped the chat where
What's Savannah say? I know I'm checking on
said,
everybody. I missed Savannah. Did I say hi? I'm pretty sure I did.
Hold on, give me
Howard
one
Wog
second.
and oh, Tawanda, hey girl, Howard Wog and Jenny. They're like an item now, right? Aren't they a couple? I think Whiskey and Jenny, Misfit Jenny, are a couple. Coach, I
Okay.
love me some Coach. Oh, that's where I was going with this. Oh, Janie, I was gonna say, uh, like the proof is in the pudding that I could not come back and stream or do. I just kept missing Mary. I kept trying, and then Jill was like a complete kick in the nuts after everything else. And so honestly, Coach is, thank you, Coach. I love Coachisms. Coach has been here for me this whole time, but Coach wasn't even doing wrestling for a while after Jill, because he couldn't. I mean, that's how you know that it affects somebody. Do you know what I mean? You don't come on and panel jump, panel hop all around and all this shit if you're truly upset and emotional about the loss of somebody.
Well,
And that's what
that's what I would think. Yeah.
yeah, well, that's what Rotten Peach of shit did. Not to mention she's on everybody's panel who Mary couldn't stand, but whatever. I gotta make a cigarette. Jeannie, run the show.
Okay. I was just gonna say someone said they miss Mary every day, and I was gonna agree with that. I really do. And here's the thing, Mary and I weren't like people who talked to each other on the phone or who texted each other or anything. But when I had Twitter, we would send just funny things back and forth there. But also, when I did away with Twitter, Mary really went out of her way to keep in touch with me on YouTube. And she would tag me in things all the time. And I loved that because, that let me know that she was thinking about me. And I haven't gotten tagged in anything since she died.
And she would let me know. She would be like, "Oh, I included Janie. I included so and so." You know what I mean? She really bent over backwards to check in with people and make sure. I mean, she absolutely loved Mama Beth. Like she was just, I've taken that over. But I mean, I always loved Mama Beth too. But it's just I don't know. It's just it was irreplaceable. And then on top of it, then the Jill thing happens, right? And so yeah, I know you did, Coach. I know. Coach says Jill was like a big sister to me. She absolutely loved you, Coach. She absolutely fucking loved you, no matter what. She never had, she used to be so disappointed in Mangoes, man, because she wanted, like, the relationship that she had with Coach, where she could tell him everything and he wouldn't judge her. She always wanted with G Mangoes, and she never could get it. Jilly, I mean, but it was just too much altogether. And oh, look, Berg's already streaming about me. The bat wants to see Norm homeless. Okay, I haven't talked to Norm in months, but it's not really my job to make sure he's not homeless. What the fuck is that?
Another thing with Jill. Jill and I weren't the type to like always be talking or chatting in texts or anything like that. But I was close to Jill. Jill was always nothing but very kind to me.
Mm-hmm.
And, I had a hard time sometimes dealing with her because I have my own issues with people being drunk and
Right.
like my energy. That's a hard energy for me to be around, even like
Right, I understand.
But that was my issue, but she was always kind to me, and when she passed, it was very sad. The thing I loved about Mary is even in chats, you can have fun with Mary and feel close to her because she got me. Like, if I would say something that anyone else in the chat would just be lost, like think I'm losing my mind, Mary would understand it.
Yeah,
Like I'd say something.
It was never over her head. She always got, and it's weird because that level of understanding, I think that's what I miss the most about her. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because like if you go into a chat and someone is welcoming everyone and you say something like I'll say, "Will milk be made available to us, sir?" Yeah, that's a line from the Breakfast Club,
Yeah.
And she'd come.
I have a very low level of dehydration. I've seen her dehydrate. It's gross.
Exactly. That's what she would do. And everyone else is thinking, these two have lost their mind. What the hell are they talking about? But to us, we knew what we were talking about, and it was funny.
Right. And it didn't matter if nobody else got it, you know? That's how I
Right.
always felt.
Right.
I always felt like
Nothing is sadder than when you say something like that, some pop culture reference in a chat, and it just flies by and nobody even.
right, and it was such a good reference, right?
Right. Right. Exactly.
Nobody gets it. Nobody gets it. Yeah, and I just felt like we were starting to really have like a nice little group of all of us that that were not the hypocrites, that were not the Randy Wendy team, and we had our own little space over there. But when you get two of you knocked out like that, just like it just it knocked my feet out from under me, and just I'm grateful to oh, see, Coach even says Bergs is trying hard to stay relevant. Yeah, he's gonna make a whole bunch of stream. Hi Terry Meek. I love you, Vale. I just Bergs is gonna let me see. What is Savannah saying? Hold on. I gotta blow this up because my nearsightedness. He's for real insane. I think he needs some self care. That's what I think. I mean, it's Savannah. At this point, it's just the level of unhealthy. It's just all vitriol, straight vitriol and hate, and I just can't imagine just getting up live and just hating on everyone and screaming at everyone and just I don't even know, man. A lot of us tried. We were there for him. I mean, I tried.
That's what did me in for Bergs. I used to like entertain his, you know, craziness, and let him call
Yeah,
me when I was live, or we
yeah.
talked a
I
couple
know.
times when I wasn't live and had decent conversation. But that
Yeah,
time when he came on and just like completely out of the blue verbally abused me, calling me every name in the book. I was
yeah.
a see you next Tuesday, and just all, and it was out of the blue. And I was just like, you know what? I'm not here to be abused. And so, if you want people to be nicer to you, maybe learn how not to treat people like shit.
There you go. I
And
mean,
I
he's
cut
sitting up
him
there.
off.
I'm
Period.
telling you, and there were a lot of good people who had his back, who really tried to be there for him after Jill. And nobody was getting on board the whole hate train where people were actually straight up. Because I mean, I was worried for his mental health, straight up blaming him, for not doing more. And but he just was so verbally abusive to it. It was, yeah, it was like it was you, me, Kim Fisher. I don't know, Terry Meeks here. It probably happened to her. There was so many. Kathy, he's doing. I tried to get. I'll tell you. I tried to get a hold. You have to email me, girl. I tried to get a hold of you. He's. I don't know. Derby might be the 20-year-old dog. I don't know.
My beagle lived to be over 20. She
Well,
was.
large dogs though are not supposed to live this long. Well, I had 3 episodes with him in the last 3 months that ended up costing me like $1,060. I mean, that's crazy. And
Yeah.
actually, they never even really did anything for him, to be honest. But Kathy, I posted your baby dog in my community page the other day because that when Darby turned 14, I always remembered when you lost your dog at 14, and I was like, and it was a big dog and made it to 14. The picture that he just looks so healthy, and like it's just I don't know, it always like got to I just feel like you're one of the only people that gets it because of that relationship you had with that same dog, the same size, the same stuff, with the deterioration of his health and stuff. And it's just I feel like you understand where people are saying stuff like, oh well, you well, just put him down, you just got to put him down. No, you don't just kill a dog because he's inconvenient, because he's getting old, and he's basically like on disability like me, like he's got hip dysplasia like older big dogs get, and he needs extra TLC, and he's had a few episodes, but he was at the vet and nobody said to me, that was the other thing Bergs was saying, asshole, keep streaming about me, fucker. You'll get some videos coming your way, and I know you don't like them. And he's like, oh well, like people are acting like I'm selfishly keeping the dog around for my own. I would never do that. If he was suffering, you know what I mean, more than his like if he didn't have quality of life, Janie, I've said it a million times. You know what I'm talking about. I don't have. It's redundant at this point. I just don't appreciate people judging me. And if somebody wants to help me take him to the vet in an emergency situation, how's that hurting you? Why do you even care? It's not like one of my friends was going to send you. It took money out of your pocket, Bergs, because they don't fucking like you, and they weren't going to send you the money anyway. How's that?
Right. I like
You
to
know?
know the idea. If it
What's she
bothers Bergs so much, can we have Bergs put to sleep? I mean, clearly it bothers him that your dog, has needs.
Like, why is he even talking about my dog anyway? Like, what a
Right.
weird thing. Stop
Right.
talking about my dog, dude.
Yeah.
Him and Norm. I don't even know. So I'm trying to read this.
Maybe we should start.
Oh, Deb, Deb lost her dog. I'm sorry, girl.
Yeah,
man, I know. I just,
Yeah,
thank
it's
you,
always
Kathy.
sad when someone loses a pet. And people who don't get it, you can't explain it to them. They're just not going to
that's what I was saying. I mean, this is somebody that has never had to sacrifice or had a responsibility where he had to, put something or someone else first. Like God forbid. I mean, can you imagine him as a parent? Jesus.
Red feather. Oh my gosh. You're cracking me up.
But then it's like, don't,
to be aborted in the 2000th month.
So back to our little show here, right? We can probably do like some games sometimes if we want, or I really like to like bring up stuff that like I find like that is going on the internet that's like popular at that time because everybody's watching it or discussing it. I don't mean like all true crime stuff. Even though I watch all that shit, I've always loved like 48 Hours and all of that stuff, but there's just so many YouTube is inundated with true crime channels. It's unreal. And I can't believe how there's so many successful ones because they just it's the same stories over and over and over. Like right. I'll see a new channel come up and it'll have like 20,000 subs and they're covering a story from 2018 that I've already seen covered on 5 other channels. Right. But it still gets an audience. Isn't that crazy? I wonder why that is.
I watch the same coverage of a person over and over. Not the same channel, but like the same person.
Yeah, I get sucked in.
Yeah, I'll watch something about Ted Bundy or I'll watch something about Richard Ramirez or whatever. Yeah, but for different people because each time it seems like I watched the whole thing for one little thing I didn't know from another.
Right, you'll get one little piece of information that everybody else left out. Yeah.
And it's like that scrap was the whole reason I watched it again,
Yeah.
Did you see that live feed of the chase and standoff in LA with that guy in the back of the truck?
I saw the end of it. I just saw the end. I didn't see the whole.
Oh my God.
No, see, Janie, that's what we should do. So during the week when stuff like that, and then I'll make sure that I have the clip and then we'll pull it up for everybody.
When he was pulling himself out of the back of that truck.
Oh God.
And his leg was like totally dead.
Obliterated.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was all turned backwards and everything.
Yes.
And they're like, oh my God.
I know what you're talking about. I know.
He had to be on something.
How could he even be conscious?
Yeah, nobody could do that. So then that was like such a huge thing. I couldn't believe how much they actually showed on the live feed.
I know, right? Because they always censor stuff lately. I was shocked how much.
Well, then I see a live feed for another chase yesterday in LA. And I go to it and I watch it. The guy never broke 25 miles an hour.
That's a
right?
high speed chase.
It was a slow speed chase.
I think I can ride my bike faster. Yeah, pretty
Well,
sure.
then when he ran over the what are they called? Those strip things.
When they throw the spike strip out.
Yeah, spike strips.
Yeah.
Um, he gets out of the van he was driving, and he runs even slower than he could have. He was like running so slow with his hands above his head. I don't,
Oh
and
my
I'm just
god.
like, these are two totally different, uh, you
Yeah.
know,
There was another
chases.
one. I don't know if you this again last week. I thought this one was bad because that you can hear. So they got the perspective is from the body cam footage of the one cop, and you can see. So they pull this guy over, and he gets out, and he's got a bench. He's got a bench warrant. It's probably, who knows. It could be child support. It like wasn't anything crazy, right? So he gets out of the truck and he's got his hands up. He's standing on the side of the road, and they're on like a highway where, like, there's traffic going this way and a median of grass and traffic going the other way. Well, the cop canine pulls up on the other side, and the cop with the video footage is, you can hear him clear as day because he's right next. His audio is so clear, and he's like, "Do not release the canine." He has his hands up. Do not release the canine. And that guy on the other side lets the fucking dog go, charges across the median, brings the guy down. The guy's screaming, "Get him off me! Get him off me! Get him off me!" After they finally, the canine handler almost couldn't even get this German Shepherd off the guy. He's tussling, whatever. And so then a couple of the other cops are like looking, and they walk away, and they're like, "What?" Because he got mangled. I mean, he got mauled. That was another one that I saw this past week. So, like, my point is, like, we should, like, during the week, well, if we pick some stuff, and then at least you guys in the chat will know what we're talking about. You know what I mean? We can
Right.
show it, and then everybody can have an opinion instead of just listening to mine and Janie's opinion, which are good opinions
They're the best.
for sure.
If you need an opinion, I'm happy to give you mine.
Yeah, mine are free too. My opinions are free all day, every day.
But yeah, that would be neat because then it could be like a weekly recap of all
I
the
would
crazy
love that, of what's going on online, right? What we see, and
online
most
and in
people.
the real world.
Yeah, and people will have seen it, some of it, or little parts of it anyway. And if they haven't, then that's good too. So
Right.
oh my God, Kathy, I remember when you posted it, and I felt like you were the only one that understood me that day. You were literally the only one that understood me, and I wanted people to see after I heard what Bergs was saying. If you didn't see my dog, everybody's picturing Janie, this dog with like bald spots and no teeth, and he's like dragging himself or whatever. And you can see from Kathy's dog that was 14 too. I mean, you would never know the
It's a
difference. The
beautiful
dog
dog.
sitting on it. It's just a very beautiful dog.
Yeah, very beautiful.
It's just hard to.
You know what? I always feel bad for the canine units when they get released.
How so?
I feel bad because, first of all, I know they get rewarded for doing their job. Like, so on a reward system, they know that they did their job and all that.
Right,
But like,
right.
It's not necessarily their innate nature to attack.
Oh, yeah, sure. They're trained.
A dog would much rather get belly rubs or head
I
scratches
agree.
or something.
I agree.
So
I know what you're saying.
from that point of view, I already feel bad for the dog. But then I also know that the dog doesn't even realize that they could be killed.
Oh, no, they don't know they're in danger at all, right? I mean,
a person going into a situation realizes how important it is to be careful when you're doing your job. But you can't teach a dog.
No, they have
consequences.
Yep. So that's a good point. So that was the whole thing with Darby's last injury, when his back legs weren't working. And basically the way the vets, it was a 4th of July weekend. I had to go to after hours, but not even just that, over a holiday. So you can imagine they wanted me to leave my arm and a leg and my kidney at the door to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
So but the vet basically said to me, she was like, it's like an elderly, she was like, it's like an elderly person. She was like, that maybe breaks a hip. It's either gonna heal in the next few days, and you can, he'll start improving, or it's gonna be life ending, right? And
Right.
so I was talking about how it happened, how I'm in the campground, and there's been people that come just for the spots behind me are for weekend people, pretty much, and they don't want to pay the dog fee, or they don't want to be bothered to give like their rabies shit. So they sneak these dogs, and they end up letting them out with no leashes and all this shit. So that's what happened to him. So he's tethered in his own yard, and this dog comes up. It's happened like 4 times already this year. But so I was like, I mean, he was like adamant, like pulling so hard against me to try to go attack this other fucking dog. And so when I got to the vet, it just reminded me of what you're saying about the canine, the trained ones or whatever. She said to me, she goes, I was like, I said, he just kept pulling against me, and he was hurting himself, and he won't stop. She was like, this dog, he's so loyal, and he's in the working class because he's half border collie. She goes, he has no sense of self-preservation. That's how she explained it. And she was like, the best way to put it would be, if he was on a 5-story building on a balcony, and there was no railing, and you were at the bottom, if you were like, come on, Darby, he would jump to you. She was
Right.
like, he is that trained that he has no self-preservation, he's got no sense of that. His duty to you is more important. So that's kind of like along the lines of what you're saying about these canines that are trained, right? That they're going to do whatever that that they're supposed to do for that belly rub. And like, I still get what you're saying. Speaking of dogs, do you care if I go? Can I go take him to pee? Will you run the show for 5 minutes?
Sure.
Thank you, Jamie.
I'd rather you go pee than to sit there and pee.
Well, no, it's not me, it's him. It's Darbs. Come here, Darbs.
Oh, he has to pee. Well, definitely then, yes.
Look, there he is. There he is. There he is.
Darby.
So it's such a mess in here because I have laminate floors, and he's like, whoop, 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 whoop. He can't get any traction. So I have to have blankets. I got blankets all over the floor for him. It's a freaking, oh my God. It looks like hoarders in here. I'm not even shitting you. All right. I just got to take him to pee. I'll be right back.
Okay. Go potty, Darby.
Thanks, Jeannie.
Yeah, that is why they use certain breeds.
And people in the chat suggested, they said, like people could email me or hit me on the Twitter if they had suggestions of clips, or anything that they saw during the week that they wanted us to show the clip. Well, yeah, we're open to that, right? Yeah, absolutely.
Sure. Yeah, Red Feather, they do a wonderful job, and I know the importance of having dogs trained for that reason. They take care of things.
Darby, come on. Come on, let's go, baby. Come on. You told me you had to go. Let's go. Oh, man. Sheer exhaustion with this dog, though. All right, I'll be right back. I got to walk him down his handicap ramp.
Okay. But I still can't help but feel bad for the dogs. I wouldn't change it because we need them. They're necessary. But it still breaks my heart. I'm always afraid when they're getting ready to let the dogs go and stuff that they're going to be hurt. And they aren't going to understand why they were hurt, With people, I don't know. I think that's why I feel so much closer to animals than I do to people, because you can reason with people and let them know, this is what happens if this happens and all that. But animals don't understand that. It makes me sad. But I don't want to be sad. So yeah, if you guys have anything that you see during the week that you want to discuss, or you want to see us discuss, or you want to join in with us to discuss, email it or send it on Twitter to Holly, and we will definitely save those and cover them for you. Okay, who else is here? Anyone that I've missed? The ones that really blow my mind are the military dogs. They'll save their trainers. Yeah, they will. Yep. Dogs are very loyal. And Holly's right. They have no self-preservation in general when they've been trained. And even sometimes when they haven't been trained, I've had several dogs that would have walked through fire for me just to, to get to me. Holly disappeared. Where did she go? But this is fun, having a little place where everyone can just come in and doesn't have to worry about being harassed or any of that. I've missed being live and chatting with everyone. And I don't know a lot of you. Most of you know Holly, who are in here, and there are several that I know in here. But I'll get to know you. I hope she makes it back. I know earlier they were having storms. A lot of people are down on cats. But do you remember the video of the cat that saved it? Yes, I do, Red Feather. Well, thank you, Valkyrie. I try really hard. This isn't my real voice. It is. It is my real voice. I'm just teasing. Good night, Quirky. It was good to see you. Yeah, I like cats too, but I'm not as much of a cat person, but I love cats. But cats are a little bit too, I need more attention than a cat generally will give me. Hey, Anna, it's good to see you. It's good to see you, and Holly should be back, I hope. It has been so hot here in Texas. Has it been really super stupid hot where anyone else is? Today it was 105. And when it's 105 outside, it's like 82 in my house. That's all my air conditioner can handle. It'll get the house down to 82 when it's 105. I might as well just go live outside. And I think the day after tomorrow, it's supposed to be 107 again. But it says, I think, that one day we're supposed to get down to 96. So I'm going to have to pull out a light jacket. I love watching cats. I love looking at cats. I have a cat, and she's kind of an exception to the cat rule because she's very needy. Most cats are kind of aloof and they act like they don't even need you. Like if you went away, they'd be totally fine. And I need more gratitude than most cats can give. But our cat, she is very needy. She lets you know she needs you. So, yeah, Florida is usually always hot too, and humid. When I used to go visit Florida yearly, I used to go about once, maybe twice a year. It always amazed me that every day around noon, it would rain. And you would think that the rain would cool it off, but no, the rain just made it worse because then the roads and everything would be steaming. And it was like being in a sauna. And I always was like, how do people live here? So what did I do? I moved to Texas. But I'm not in West Texas where it's nice and dry, like a dry heat. I happen to be in East Texas where it's steamy all the freaking time. It's humid as heck and hot as heck at the same time. I'd rather be cold than hot too. Hasn't rained in days? Well, it's been probably 10 years or more since, well, actually more. Since it's been about 20 years actually since I've been to Florida, and the way the weather has changed, it may not do that anymore. But when I used to go down there every year, every day at noon, it would rain for like maybe 15 minutes, just long enough to get the asphalt wet so that you could see the steam coming up off of it. Hey, Night Rider. Holly's not here right now. She had to take Darby out and then she lost her connection, but she should be back. And here's another thing that's new. You'd think, well, I live in Texas, so it doesn't get cold in the winter. No, for about the last 5 years, every winter we have gotten below freezing, and it's terrible. She was 22 when she passed, and let me tell you, she ruled this house and still does. What characters they are. They really are, Anna. Luke is a cat person, and for those of you who don't know, Luke is the man I have been with for 22 years, but he's a cat person, and I'm more of a dog person. And it makes sense because he likes cats, and I'm more like a cat. Like, I'm standoffish. You got to work for my attention. You got to, earn my affection, stuff like that. And he's more like a dog where he's always happy to see me. He loves me no matter what I do, all that. So it kind of makes sense that we love each other because I act like a cat and he acts like a dog. So I will, Anna, I will tell him that you send him your best. Our cat is a Siamese, and she's the first Siamese I've ever had. Well, she's part Siamese. She's not full-blooded. But Siamese, I had always heard, were very vocal, and she definitely is. Whenever I walk into the room that she's in, whenever, wherever she is, and she sees me, I know it's a meow, but it sounds just like she's yelling, "Mom! Mom!" And she'll keep doing it until I come and give her attention. I think I'm allergic to cats and dogs, Valkyrie. But it never stopped me from having one because I love them. Holly says she lost Wi-Fi. She doesn't know why. She's so sorry. She can't even end the stream. Okay, so what do I do, guys? Should we give her like 5 minutes and see if she can get back? She says she thinks she's out of data. If anyone wants to help, you can tell them. Laughing my ass off. So she might have run out of data because she was using her hotspot. Yeah, I'm allergic to breathing outside too. I'm allergic to breathing outside. I'm allergic to breathing inside. I'm allergic to everything. We'll give her a couple minutes and see if she comes back. I can't end the stream, so you guys are welcome to stay here and chat all night long. Ask her if she turned it off and back on again. I'm going to tell her you said. Good night, Anna. I'm glad you came back or came by to say hi. People need a fresh change. Yeah, I agree, Anna. Let's see. Red Feather wants to know if you turned it off and back on. Laughy face emoji. There you go. So yeah, if she can't get back in, this will just keep running, and everyone can feel free to stay and chat. I like the idea, though, of us doing this at least once a week on a regular night. She says she's trying to fix it. Please tell people she thinks she ran out of data because she used her hotspot, and she's so sorry. She wonders if I'm mad. Why would I be mad? Hey, Saren, it's so great to see you. I haven't seen you in forever. Right, Valkyrie. Maybe we'll do that next time so that if something happens, I can take care of it. Let me tell her I'm not mad. Of course I'm not mad, you silly woman. Can't help what happens. I'm going to just leave it running and it'll end itself sometime. Everyone can keep chatting in here. All right. Send her the message. Yeah, we're starting a chat riot. We're going to tear this shit apart. Everyone, Grab the chair next to you and throw it in the chat room. I guess I need to buy more data, but I didn't think she had to. Yep, tear this joint up. I am livid. Me too, Valkyrie. Just tear the shit out of this chat room. I don't want anything standing when we're done. We'll show her. Classic Holly can never get her shit together and have a smooth live stream. Hey, we did pretty good tonight, not Carlos. I got on here, slick as, everything. Just came right in, got up on panel. It was wonderful. But, we can't all have totally smooth live streams. We'll get it. We'll get there. That's right. Set the place on fire. Burn those chairs. She's going to be sorry. Well, I'm going to duck on out before everything gets too rowdy in here. It won't end the stream, so feel free to keep chatting as long as there are people in here. But I say stick gum under the chairs. I want you to, just trash the joint. Good night. It was great seeing you. And so I think, not lately, Carlos, or not lately, not Carlos. I haven't been in the nut house for approximately 17 years. Don't leave us. Oh, I'll probably still check in on the chat. I'm just going to get off panel. Sorry about the coughing. But yeah, put gum under the chair. I want you to spill your soda in the floor so everyone's tennis shoes stick and stuff. Leave a total mess. But we should see you again next Saturday. And maybe, we'll have a bunch of good stuff to talk about. Until then, have a wonderful Sunday tomorrow. I hope your week is wonderful. And I'm out.